You are listening to the Bright Life Podcast, all about ways to stay inspired, chase your dreams, and find more gratitude in the highs and lows of the journey. I'm your host, Jessica Johnson. I'm a business owner, a part-time digital nomad, a self-growth junkie, a believer in other big-hearted women, and am all about sharing tips, tricks, lessons learned, and encouragement so we can all live our biggest, brightest lives. You ready? Let's do this. Hi friend, welcome to today's episode. This is a special holiday episode, although you can apply the information at any time of year. I just feel like the holidays bring up so much around noticing who's around us that we can really love on and give some extra attention and care to. Maybe they don't have families, maybe they have fallen on hard times, maybe it's just been one of those years, or maybe we realize and are reflecting on all that we have and all the blessings that are in our lives and how we can extend those to others. I also think there's such an element of it can be so fun to give and to be able to share in the joy of giving and being able to help people. So wanted to wrap it all up into an episode around how to make giving more accessible, regardless of how much money you have, regardless of how much you want to give. This is just a practice that my husband and I have kind of accidentally created in our life year to year around the holidays, and we've had so much fun with it that I wanted to just share it in case it inspires any ideas for you and your life and ways that you can feel the fun and excitement that we feel in being able to participate and create something like this every year. So we have created something that we call our Christmas extravaganza. You don't have to celebrate Christmas. You can call the holidays whatever you want. It could be a giving extravaganza. But every time around this part of the year, we look at how much, we've been able to make in our work and our businesses, and we always give a percentage into giving. And we like to do it in a way that feels very intensive for us, meaning we like to also involve our time and we like to be part of the giving. So instead of just kind of giving the money or contributions that way, we like to really bring ourselves into it and feel like we get to share in the cheer and directly know who we get to hopefully help or impact in some way. And so I want to share some of the ideas and ways that we always get so much fun and joy from and just offer them up to you as well. So again, if you feel like giving to a nonprofit or a foundation close to your heart is the way to go, this isn't trying to say that our way is better or different in any way. It's really just a way that we love. And so I think however you want to give or contribute or whatever cause is on your heart is great. I think we're all given different causes for a reason. We all find that corner of the world that our heart really sympathizes with and wants to help. And so whatever yours is needed and is important and is incredible. But here are a few fun ideas that you can just bring into your daily life, either this time of year or throughout the year as well. So one of the things that we always like to do, and you can do it across any city in the world, is we like to find a few families who have maybe fallen on hard times or need help. And one of the simplest ways that we do this is just posting in local Facebook groups and reaching out to people and saying, hey, if you know a family who needs help, please DM us and let us know. And we try and get a little bit of information that way. We also lean on people who we know who maybe have kids in childcare and, get to interface with a bunch of families that way. There's all different kinds of ways, to get to know and just observe and be watchful for who may need your help and support. And with their permission, then we try and really go all out and give this family or few families the Christmas of their dreams. So usually they will give us a few little gift ideas that they're looking for. And we'll say, if there's anything that's just a dream present or a little extra thing, please let us know. And then we try and really deliver on that as much as we can. And it's always so surprising because you'll get these little things just, socks or a warm blanket or something that just break your heart and really make you want to make sure that everyone can have that. But then it's so fun to give those beyond things. So whether, for kids, it's video games or a little, mini tablet they can play with, or a dresser, or just, things like that. It's really just finding those families, asking them what they need, or if someone knows them, what they're looking for, interfacing that way. And then really like going to the store, and we usually make this morning of it where we get our little hot chocolates or coffees from the coffee shop. And then we go and we shop till we drop, and we go and we wrap all these things for the family, and then we deliver it. We've done this for families, we've done this for youth centers, for at-risk teens, which I love because, maybe they don't have a ton of people looking out after them at a certain point. Sometimes it's easy, for the younger ones and stuff to get all the presents because Christmas still feels very like Santa-esque. But there's so many older kids who also really need help and, support with their schoolwork or whatever it may be. So there's a lot of different ways and types of people and communities that you can serve. But it is so fun to be able to spend the morning like shopping and then wrapping presents. Sometimes we bring our family members into it and they bring their friends, and we clear out the garage or home and like make holiday food and just spend the afternoon all wrapping together. That can be so much fun. So that's just one idea for you. If you can find even just one or two families, and whether it's giving them a few little gifts or really going all out and that being the thing that you do that year, you will never, ever, ever forget the feeling of like the joy on their faces and the gratitude. And it is honestly a gift to you. So all of this I know is supposed to be about giving for other people, but it truly and genuinely becomes like something that stays in your heart. And like I said, we look forward to this all year because of it. So that's kind of one idea for giving and giving of your time or your resources. And bringing your friends into it, right? And giving your friends and family a way to get involved and making it a day that you remember every year. Another thing that we love to do is even just do little things like tipping. So you can spread so much cheer by giving good tips around the city. So whether it is like dinners that you love to go to, whether it's just coffee shops, whether it is people that you interface with at home, maybe you have like childcare or something like that, like it brings so much joy to have someone be surprised to see an amazing tip. And at this one time, we even gave a tip to a delivery person who delivered us pizza or something like that. And a year later, like they still remembered that we had done that. We've done it at Starbucks or a coffee shop where a year later we go back and we don't even go to that coffee shop all year because chances are we were visiting family or, home and out of our normal location, and they still remember. And it's just like, it's so fulfilling and rewarding and fun to be able to like write down a really big tip number or be able to leave it if you get it in cash, and just be able to like bless the random people in your life that way. I think a big part of the thrill of this for me is that you don't really know like who crosses your path for a certain reason or why or what they may be going through. And so kind of just trusting that the right people will cross your path throughout your year or at this time of year, and really being able to bless them with your resources can make such a difference. Like you just never know where that can go for them. So even if you don't want to give a ton of resources or you're not in a position to, even just tipping one person generously will leave a mark on you and on them, and it will be something that just brings light to you the rest of the year. Like I'm literally smiling thinking about this and being able to share this with you because it's so much fun to do. And then a third thing that I love to do, and one thing that we're doing this year, is I just had the idea on my heart to just ask for someone to cross our path who needed a blessing. So I don't know how we will run into them. I don't know what it will look like, but I just wanted to save a little portion of our donation for however life brings this person to us. So in the past, it's been something like people, someone has been driving and broken down right in front of us. And so we pull off next to them and see what they may need or how we can help. I've heard of other people who ask for to be a blessing somehow, and someone crosses their path who is like getting engaged and needs photos taken or things like that. So it doesn't even have to be resource heavy. It can totally be just someone crossing your path who needs your help in your love, in your attention, in your resources. But that just opens up your life, whether it's this time of year or throughout the entire year, to really being watchful and noticing and just living in this spirit of like positive expectation for however you can find someone who needs your help and in whatever way like life is going to deliver them to you. And I just think that is the best feeling because I don't know, it's just kind of fun. You're always watching then, and you really feel like that's kind of a thought that's been heard when someone does cross your path and you find a way to help in the perfect way. It just feels like you're part of something bigger. It doesn't have to be religious, but it can be for whatever your belief system is, just a way to contribute as part of that larger kind of tapestry. And then, of course, there are ways that you can just dedicate your time. So maybe it's just thinking about who stands out to you as a cause that you really want to help. You know, maybe it's the fact that they're seniors without family members or who are alone this holiday season, and so it's volunteering at a nursing home. Maybe it's even like a dog shelter and animal welfare and things like that. You know, I have a cousin who's just incredible with finding someone in the community who needs help, and then she organizes a whole community makeover for that person's home or for a local school. And so there's just so many different ways, whether you do want to be able to give your time, your resources, or any, thing else that you want this year. I think those are all just ideas that spread so much cheer and so much life and so much love. And you would just be amazed at, I don't know, like if you've probably done this as well before in different ways, right? Like you know the feeling of people and how grateful they are to have run across you. And I think it really just spreads this cheer around the world and lets people know that they're loved and cared for. And that's probably the biggest thing. It's never about like the money, the resources. It's really just that feeling that someone isn't forgotten, that they're not overlooked, that they are seen and cared for, and someone's paying attention and someone cares that they're around. And someone cares that they're warm and well fed and taken care of. I think that's the thing that can change our entire world, really. It starts with our communities, and it creates this ripple effect where you don't even know what that decision that you make for someone one day, where that will lead. Whether it's just being able to pay off a bill or pay for their car to be fixed, and that helps them get to their job. And from then on, they're able to continue bringing in money for their family, right? You never know what one little decision makes for someone else and where that ripple effect leads. And so I think just being part of that is one of the most rewarding things. And so obviously I don't have all the answers here. Just wanted to share a few things that really inspire me every single year. And, you can make them your own. So whatever feels exciting to you, for your family, for the ones around you, for the causes that you care about, I really hope that this just sparks some ideas and creates more of that feeling all around us of goodwill and everyone feeling just a little bit more loved and watched out for. Can even be as simple as just like spreading this compliment, right? Like maybe the whole day or the 12 days of Christmas, you go around and you find someone else to compliment or to love on or to write a letter to. On the tipping front, there's also this thing that I've heard of and a few friends do locally where they all go to a restaurant and they all bring like $100 or some kind of tip, and then they give it to the waiter and really surprise them in such a huge way from all of them being able to donate. So there's so many ways to like make it creative and make it your own and make it something that feels exciting to you versus a box to just check off. But I hope that this gives some ideas and encouragement, and definitely message me and let me know if you decide to do any of these or your family adapts it for your own. I would just love to hear more and be a part of that. So happy holidays. I hope you and your loved ones know that you're loved, feel watched over, feel taken care of, feel appreciated, and know that you always have someone here to talk to hopefully feel supported by and encouraged by. And I'm just so grateful you are here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If this episode resonated with you, I have 2 things you are going to love. One is a Bright Life workbook full of practices you can use to get clear on what your version of your brightest life looks like and fearlessly move towards it every day. And another is a copywriter starter kit full of beginning steps to create a copywriting business that gives you the freedom to travel the world working from anywhere, to replace a corporate salary as your own boss, and to do creative work that lights you up every day. It's lessons I've learned in creating my own content business, and I'm excited to share it with you if you're curious about doing the same. I will link these in the show notes. I hope these serve you. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you back here next week as we all pursue our biggest, brightest lives together.